Good morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those that don't know me, I'm Kerry, I'm the redhead reseller. I sell across eBay, Vinted and Etsy. Today is a promised video that once all of my Playmobil stuff had sold that I would do a video and update you all. So we have finally sold everything as of yesterday. This bundle cost me £5 at the car boot. I bought it in late August last year and then didn't touch it until September because there was just so much of it, all needed sorting through. It was a massive box of it, and I even got the box included. And, the box itself would cost you about £8 to £10. I was made up with that. So yeah, the bundle cost me £5 and I have made a nice profit from £5. I mean, it's trickled out, but that's perfectly fine. Once it was sorted, it was just kept in a box out the way. So I'm going to go through everything that I have sold, and I sold it across all 3 platforms actually, which is fantastic. So we will go through each one, go through each platform, and I will let you know the totals at the end. So first of all, we have Vinted. I sold one of the bundles on Vinted for £16 back in November. So obviously there's profit already, and there's no fees with that, so perfect. That was everything Vinted, just the one. We then move on to Etsy. Now in this bundle of Playmobil, I actually found 2 Lego items, which was amazing. Especially when one of them was worth so much, which I'll go through soon. But the first one was sold on Etsy. That sold for £9.99 on the 15th of January. And then I sold another Playmobil bundle, also on Etsy, on the 1st of December for £29.99. So fantastic. And then we move on to our eBay. Now this is where the most of it sold, which isn't a surprise. The first thing to sell was the other Lego. This sold for £40 back on the 27th of September. £40, mind blown. And it was only a really small bundle as well, and it wasn't complete. So if it was complete, it was worth so much more. So yeah, that was the last of the Lego. The rest of it now is just Playmobil. So on the 5th of October, I sold this one for £25. The 23rd of October, I then sold this one for £30. The 25th of October, I then sold this one for £11.99. The 10th of October, I sold 2. I sold this one for £9.99. And then I also sold this one for £4.99. On the 6th of December, I sold this one for £8.50. On the 8th of December, I sold this one for £11. On the 14th of January, I sold this one for £39.99. It was mainly me putting most of the bundles just into one because I was getting fed up of just being there. So I sold most of the rest of it together rather than selling it separately still. And then I sold this one again. So this sold for £25 back in October, but it was returned because it broke during transit. Now when I say it broke, it had a tiny little crack, and she wasn't happy, so she sent it back. eBay refunded her, which is why I still got profit from it. I then resold it with the crack being on show, and explained, and I resold it for £20. So that's all of it that has sold. Playmobil is really worth picking up, especially the older stuff, and if you can get it in big bundles cheap, I'll pick it up all day long. Same with Thomas Trackmaster. I'll pick that up all day long if it's cheap as well, because it sells, and it sells fast. So it took me just over 4 months to sell all of this. Like I said, it took me about an hour to go through it all, and then after that it just sat in a box waiting to be sold. So before fees, I made a total of £211.46. No, I didn't. That's a complete lie. That is without Etsy and Vinted. With Etsy and Vinted, I made a total of £267.44. And then after fees, I made a total of £191.66. Yeah, they took like 70 odd quid off me. It's fees, it's also promotions, which is a bit annoying, but a fiver into £192, I will take that any day. So yeah, that is everything that sold with the Playmobil bundle. It has finally gone and finally finished. Pick up Playmobil, guys. If you don't mind the work of playing around with it and sorting it out, it is worth picking up. It's worth having. Give it a go. I know this is nice and short, but I just wanted to go through those sales with you and let you know how I got on with the bundle finally. So until the next one, please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see all of you again very soon. Bye.